Hey everybody, welcome back to more of the Pale Beyond. I'm Disturbing Puppet. So we're here at the beginning of week 8. So we're going to start and try to survive here. I think we're going to be okay for this week. Although it doesn't look like I could go back on the ship, although that might just be until after I've dealt with the requests first here. So we have set up our camp out on the ice. We will need to prioritize getting some food coming in. If we get a little bit more research, we can actually get the ability to find the migration routes of emperor penguins, which I think will give us more hunting opportunities, but I'm not sure if that's actually how that works. We will see. So I think, did we already assign? Okay, I can't even go to a medical tent here at the moment. We've got to deal with the request first. I think we put, it's probably the darkened one here that's actually being tended to. The other one, I'm not sure. Let's take a look and see. Somebody have an effect. So you have frostbite, but I'm not sure if you're actually in the med tent or not. And that's it. So I don't know why there are two people there highlighted. Who's the other one? Unless I'm blind, it's just the one. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and deal with the request here first. Oh, ship might be going away. That's kind of a problem. Just listing. Okay. Well, maybe it's going to get worse. Oh, well, that's not great. Is there anything else I can do other than just watch? Like, zoom out here and see. Yeah, that seems like it's the only thing we can do. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not like I have a choice. It's unfortunate we couldn't get more resources off of there first, though. But at least we got the camp set up before it happened. She's gone. Like, totally gone, even. There's nothing. That's kind of crazy. Heads hang low amongst the crew. Okay, demoralized people, that's also a problem. We can't make use of them. Well, I think we'll do the request first. I don't know if we can send more than one person in. Well, okay, we've got something we can listen into here. So this is... I'm not sure who's talking there. Oh, Curtin the doctor. Doctor, how are you holding? Still finding yourself with bouts of sickness? No, that isn't a problem. It was only seasickness. Now that we're no longer at sea, my stomach is settled. For the most part. You ever feel the queasiness set in once more? I learned an old trick in my travels. Simply close your eyes and count backwards from 10. It worked me a treat in my youth. I would think closing your eyes would be the worst thing you could do. Right, I'll try that. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. You want to watch the water and the movement of the water for how it's affecting the boat. So being below decks is what'll kill you if the ship's moving. Okay, we've got people demoralized. We can deal with that in the photography studio, but I think we can only deal with one person, so maybe we'll have to take some time to do that. Let's check out the requests first. Take a look here really quick. So this is kind of a rundown on what we got last time. So we did get a bunch of penguins. Yeah, so we did have somebody get freezing on the hunt. Someone was cured of freezing, and somebody got frostbite. So maybe that's just the worst person who's frostbite we're treating. The person who's freezing is just freezing and hasn't progressed anything else. So nothing too crazy. All right, let's go ahead and deal with the requests here. Hopefully not too many. All right, just a couple. Junior's in charge of food. Let's talk to him first. Sure, I don't suppose you've been keeping track of the days. Of course I have. Well, you'd be pleased to know that today is Imbolg. What's Imbolg? I'm not aware of such an occasion. Not surprised you wouldn't recognize it. To us, it's a major holiday. Don't expect to ask the day off. No, Imbolg often comes with a traditional feast. I thought it might be good to hold one for the sailors' sake. I mean, I think we have enough to do just a regular feed for people. I don't think we can do anything special. It's a nice idea, but we can't spare the rations. That might affect morale more. I thought that'd be the case. Ah, well, it was worth asking. So we just lost some decorum, not a huge thing. Why is he still here? That's bizarre. Shaw, I was investigating the tin's foods we picked up from the Temperance. Yeah, I've already noticed they're all bad. I should have expected this, but the tins were spoiled in the flooding. They were spoiled before that, actually. Is it still edible? Are you serious? Cannot afford to be too selective. It may not be pleasant, but if it can be eaten without poisoning the crew, it may still serve as rations. Yeah, I'm actually going to hold on to them just in case, but it's going to be sort of a last gasp, desperate thing to feed people that. Hard to tell for certain there. Well, it's certain to taste like death, but it may still be edible. The may in that sentence is not so comforting. Food is food, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk. What do you think, Shaw? Malnourished status will become scurvy after a week, unless cured. We do have a way to deal with scurvy, so malnourished becomes scurvy. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't intend to, but it's a, last-ditch kind of thing. Not worth the risk. I have no intention of poisoning my crew. But I will, later, if food is food, if we have to eventually. I suppose we're better off avoiding that. One tin of peaches likely isn't worth the risk of poisoning. Kasha, our photographer. Captain, take a look at this. Before the ship sank, I was checking the cabins of, well, the missing crew. Seems they left behind a good amount of their belongings, good few books and the like. Not much use for them now. I'd put them at the top of the list to burn for fuel. We can't do that. Yes, we can. We are in need of as much fuel as we can find, Belford. You will need good reason to preserve them. These aren't simply novels the missing crew brought with them for leisure. They left their journals behind, their diaries, logs of their life on the ship and before. This can't be burned. Captain, I request that I hold on to these journals for use in my report. I think the rest of the crew would appreciate their stories being preserved. I suppose the sailors will not take kindly to burning the remnants of their lost colleagues. Yeah, I'm not sure they actually left. I kind of felt like they were sort of hiding nearby or something, because there was reports of, like, people seeing Hunt on the ship and stuff. Aye, but what else do we have? Not much else we can burn, is there? I have some coal, I'm not sure how much. That won't be necessary, Kasha. Keep the books for your report. We'll do that for now. Better find something better to burn then, Captain. We can't hold on to bloody well everything. Thank you, Captain. I'll ensure that their story is told. Won't be able to do that if we freeze to death. Okay, so that's it. We can burn the bad rations and stuff too, so that's an option, potentially. Okay, priority is going to be science, so we can get the Emperor Penguin hunting grounds. Hunting. Then after that, not sure. Since we don't have access to the coal anymore, I was hoping we could get a little bit more. I do have some coal, I think, on my person. Yeah, so I've got 3 sacks of coal. We have a way to cure demoralization. So I'm assuming we could add that, and then it affects everybody who's demoralized. So we could do that instead of sending like one person at a time each day to get them from being demoralized. We can burn the timber if we have to. I already have a bunch of spoiled rations. We've got the lemons for the scurvy, and we have medical comforts. Instantly healing a range of maladies. So all people assigned to medbay are cured. I guess that's a one-time thing, I guess. For special stuff, yeah, so we've got our research, camera, we have the accordion, we have our revolver, shotgun, and rifle for extra hunting. Got the captain's hat. We don't need as many scientists to make medical comforts. Engineering tools increase freezing cured by 1 while raising heat. Or is that frostbite? Digging tools, so reduces dogs required by 1 on locations. And then we've got spice crates. So if we are malnourished or scurvy, we can basically get some free food, essentially, out of the spice crates. I guess it kind of is like we have some stuff that's really nasty, but we have enough spice to kind of cover the flavor, so you're going to eat stuff anyway. Something like that. Anyway, uh, yeah, let's take a look here. Anyone free from interview and portraits? So yeah, I think I can only send one person. Let's go ahead and do that. So, purple. And we want to get the scouts good to go. So let's get Quill. Because if we can't find stuff out on the map, there's no point in us doing much of anything else. We're just kind of doomed. So we're going to be down a few people. So yeah, we'll get rid of that. So actually, we get some research from that. Decorum. Okay. How much research am I at then? What's that? 19. Okay, so we need 20. Can I do that again? No. Okay. Yeah, so just one per day. As far as healing somebody, so the one guy who's cold, you've got frostbite. I think you're already being treated. I think I assigned you to be treated last time. It's locked though, which is kind of odd. Let's look at med bay. Okay, so we can actually put a couple people in. So you've got frostbite, yes. We'll put you in. We can put another person in. We could actually put the guy that's cold in. But who is that? I'm not actually sure. It's kind of hard to see. Is that you? Yeah, this guy's freezing. I don't know if it'll matter. I don't think it is a medical issue until you have frostbite, like the other guy. Like, just having a day of just normal heat should cure him of freezing. So I think we can still make use of him today. So we'll just do that. Okay. So we're going to take care of his frostbite. We don't have a lot of other things we can do. But the priority is going to be, of course, let's get some scouting done. Okay, we don't have any fish for the dogs. I'm hoping that doesn't become an issue, because there's no way for us to get fish as far as I can tell so far. So yeah, we have some fun with the dogs. We head on out. Let's go check on things. So I currently have no hunting sites identified. That's a problem. So yeah, we need to scout a couple places, and then we also, I mean, hoping we find hunting grounds, and then we can send some scientists out on another spot. So what's close-ish? I guess that's probably the closest. We'll send freezing guy out. Okay, so that is emperor penguins, I think. Can't actually tell. Those the emperor penguins. Let's try to zoom out here so we can actually see. Yeah, and then for research down here, emperor penguin migration path, we need 20. We're almost there, so we could send some scientists out to just sort of check out one of these other sites we've identified already. There's spots we can do some scientific research, but we want to scout. So if I can scout science, that's it. I only have 2 more expeditions I can send out for dogs. Okay. Ice leads, pressure ridge, effects of the summer melt. All right, let's send all the scientists out to get as much research as possible today. Zach, Mr. and Mrs. Gloss are marked down to hunt for the week. Let's get some decorum for that as well, which is always nice. Okay. We don't get the research right away, I don't think. No, we get it like the end of the day or beginning of the next day. All right. So why did I still have 8? Am I crazy? Yes, we can scout 1 and hunt still. Okay, sure. Scout. Okay, so that is more, I think that's the crab eater seals. So this one here. So we'll do, I think, the emperor penguin because probably they're going to give me more food. And now we need to send some people out to go hunting. I'm assuming these are the emperor penguins. We need tons of food sooner or later. We could save them, but it seems like once we get the stuff hunted, it doesn't actually matter. Like, it's not going to spoil once we have it in stock, it seems like. But that might be an issue that happens later. So I'm actually going to leave them for now. Let's go hunt these guys. We can send up to 4. So it looks like I can send demoralized people, maybe. I would have thought we could not do that. Tell you what, we'll send one of the engineers. I have far less jobs because we're not having anybody grabbing coal. We don't have anybody grabbing food out of the ship either. So really it's just kind of hunting at this point. So anybody in good shape, we'll just prioritize them. So you're demoralized, you're fine. Yeah, let's just get a crap load of seal. Two Johns, Lefty, Tucker, and Dick are marked down to hunt for the week. All right. So we have the maximum number of scouting done. We're going to do a bunch of hunting and do a scientific expedition. So that'll get us in fairly good shape, I would hope. All right. So we need a little bit more coal. We're doing really well into quorum. Let's check in here. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really is that simple. So I think we just need a little bit more. We'll go ahead and throw more in, so it's just kind of ready. We don't have to use it all. But it's kind of limiting what we're going to have in the future. We've got timber is 17, we've got 6 of those. That's not going to last very long. Yeah, we're just kind of going to leave it at normal once we have the option at the end of the week to assign like what temperature level we're going to do. And we'll check on the hoosh pot. All right, so we need 50 to feed people pretty much normal amounts of food. I think we're okay. Yeah, these guys are 6. So that'll get us just a little bit over what we need, just barely. Like I said, I could use the ale to cure the other demoralized people, but I think it'll be okay. And yeah, the spice grates aren't coming into effect because nobody has scurvy or malnourishment, so that's fine. So we'll have enough food, barely. I don't have anything else I can do. I don't have enough dogs to send people out on other expeditions. It doesn't seem like there's any other jobs I can do. It could just be like a this week thing. There's just nothing for me to do. Yeah, I can't assign anybody else now. That's too bad. Because we do have the other bed, potentially. So we could have maybe assigned that other guy that was cold there. He's probably going to get frostbite. But we're just trying to make use of it. We still have quite a few people left with nothing to do. So yeah, unfortunately, there's just nothing else. No other actions or activities. Yeah, we're going to be really hard to find now, especially once the snow comes down on top of us. And we're on an ice floe, so who knows how long it's going to stay together as well. All right. The crew have their meal. Crew return to their posts. Despite the time, it's still bright outside. Bright light outside. We'll double check and make sure there's nothing else. Don't have the dogs. Everything here's fine. Cordell's gone. We have a little bit of listening in we can do. We can speak to Kasha. Front. Hello. Oh, hello. Do you need something? When did you become a doctor? Oh, that was quite recent. I'm young into this line of work. Do you think I could be a doctor? Well, if you study, yes. Can I have one of your books? Of course. He's just going to burn it for warmth. What are you doing? The doctor hands him a small book. Runt leaves excited. Okay. So we can talk to him. Yeah, sure. Good evening, Captain. Was there something you needed? If you need the latest medical report, I'll have it prepared soon. Yeah, good to see you aren't losing your focus. Keep it up, Dudley. Oh, thank you, Captain. I'll try. All right. I should probably finish cleaning the equipment. All right. So for Kasha, let's see what she wants to talk about. Captain, on evenings like this, my good friend Caroline and I would often play chess by the fireside. Makes me wish I'd brought a board with me. It would have made for some light entertainment. I mean, we could make one. Like, whittle one down. Shame you didn't. I'd have enjoyed a game myself. Indeed. Well, we can't turn back time, can we? We'll just have to make do with what we have. Perhaps Mr. Templeton brought something along. He seems the jigsaw puzzle sort. Yeah, maybe. He could be a chess guy. You never know. Take a look here. Just gonna keep standing there. Give us something to burn. Alright, nothing there going on, it looks like. No, there are things. We just have to zoom way in. Alright, so you can kind of just barely see the little dots there, but we have to zoom like crazy. This is about our maximum zoom right here, yeah. Let's listen into Kurt. Watching those young pups. Don't know how I had that much energy once. Ah, you're not alone there, friend. Hard to remember days I moved without this cane. Hard to remember having both eyes. Okay. They'll look like us one day. Well, let's hope not. Yeah, the burdens of getting older. Listen in over here. I think it's Grimley. Junior. Well, to Imbolg. Not quite the same with leftovers. Sorry I can't serve up more. Shaw wouldn't have it. Don't worry about the food, Junior. It's not about that. We get to celebrate it. That's what matters. Sure, sure. I mean, you should be happy we have food, period, guys. Come on. We actually got really lucky that we had food. Junior seems kind of down about it, though. So Hammond's nothing. Let's talk to Junior. I'm gonna call it a night. See you for breakfast. Okay. Getting, like... Yeah, it's just... Check out the kennels. Nothing. But there's something. Yeah, there's more stuff out here. Okay. No, Kurt wandered off. Grimley wandered off. Let's talk to Grimley. He stares at you before nodding to his sleeping bag. Okay. It's rather morbid, Shaw, but our last conversation had me wondering about those children of mine. Specifically, I wondered whether I'd ever see them again. It's not something you should imagine, I know, but the threat always exists on these expeditions. I signed on knowing that. Must be proud to have a famed explorer for a father. You would think. Lost loyalty there. A famed man makes for a busy man, and a busy man makes for an absent man. Yeah, I mean, I can understand having regrets about that, being away so long. There are only so many gifts you can send from across the sea, Robin. But I wouldn't think that would make him dislike me. That seems kind of odd. Alright. Something's going on here. At the kennels, you spot a pair of dogs engaged in an aggressive conflict, teeth bared and snarling. The two creatures snap at each other. Cordell is nowhere to be seen, but the kennel master's whip has been left aside, resting atop a crate. As you look on, the fight begins to intensify. I'm just going to go fetch Cordell. You're armed to grab for Cordell. You find her brewing the broth for the pack, and she quickly returns to the kennels upon your word. The dogs are still snapping at each other once she arrives. Cordell simply shakes her head and turns to you. There's nothing to be concerned with. At times, the dogs go for the throat of another, but this is merely play. Dogs are inherently hierarchical creatures. They'll fight for dominance, sometimes to the death, but these dogs are merely putting on a show of aggression for the others. Yeah, so if I'd, like, whipped one or something, she would have been super pissed off, I'm sure. A simple feed, and they'll stop. Cordell turns back to her kennel before briefly turning her attention back to you. Regardless, thank you for informing me, Shaw. Cordell returns to the kennels as you make your way back to the camp at large. Alright, I think that was definitely the right call. Going back, getting her rather than grabbing a whip seems a bit excessive. Talk to you guys. Let's see what's going on. Is this Templeton? Wasn't that the name of the rat in Charlotte's Web? Or am I misremembering? Shaw, it's been quite some time since we met. When I first met you at the docks, I knew you were suited for this role. Okay. Are your thoughts different now? That remains to be seen, does it not? I can say I did not see this turn of events ahead of us. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, I think that's everything. Check that out. We talked to you two. There's nothing new. We'll have to deal with people being unhappy kind of one at a time. Grimley doesn't want to talk to me. I'm assuming, like, if we were on better relations with Grimley, he might talk to us more. We're pretty good with Kurt. We're doing pretty well on Decorum, but yeah, everything else is going to be a bit of an issue. All right, let's go ahead and end it, I think. Crew member cured of their malnourishment. Crew member cured of freezing. So yeah, we're fine. So we're at 2 and 2, so we're doing normal. So that's going to drop us to 35 fuel, so that's a bit of an issue. Then we've got food, much more of an issue, but yeah, we'll be okay. Got 3 research. We got 5 crab-eater seals. Dogs are resting. Mrs. Gloss got freezing. Tucker got freezing. Teshi's healed their frostbite. No more demoralization there. Cured of freezing. Runt is demoralized, so some decorum drops. So decorum's going to drop when people are demoralized. Okay. Yeah, but it's not affecting us too much. We're still in the 90s. It should be lower than that, I would think, if we got minus 10 there at the end. But yeah, that worked out pretty well, actually. I think we'll just do one at a time. So yeah, a risk of sending people out to do anything seems like they're going to freeze. I hope we have enough food. I don't know if we do here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and stop here at the beginning of week 9 and continue and carry on. So yeah, we lost some decorum. Yeah, just waiting for the game to be saved. Alright, yeah, so we'll go ahead and stop here. We'll continue on into week 9. Hopefully we have enough food to progress and not starve to death and start eating the dogs or anything. Alright, this has been More the Pale Beyond. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I will see you next time. Until then, have a good one.